1. I assume we're live. Hey friends. Welcome to Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for the Nintendo Switch. First of all, I need to make a first save file. And the category that I'm doing today is Funky Mode. Any percent, no death abuse. So I'll try to not die. First of all, I'm going into the stage because this, for whatever reason, they changed the, what do you call it? How levels load in the Wii U version. Or actually on the Switch version. I'm playing on the Switch right now. That's the only one that has Funky Mode. And we should just go straight in. I never said that. Okay, we start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. No more rocky starts. Again, I'm playing on the Switch. This is the deluxe version. The definitive version. First of all, we get thrown into a thing. And you might know Donkey Kong Country as a series on the Super Nintendo. I have DKC 2 right there as well. Hard platformer with your favorite monkey, Donkey Kong. But I want to do a pretty cool thing right now. Okay, whatever, almost. So, welcome to Funky Kong. Funky Kong is a little bit different than DK if you've played Tropical Freeze on the Wii U. He doesn't have any friends, as in he doesn't have any power-ups. He does have friends, believe me. DK is one of them. And instead, he is a one-man army. He can double jump. He can swim. Oh yeah, you can swim in this game. He can roll without having a friend on him. That's really good. And some other stuff that we'll talk about later. But yeah. If you know DKC Returns back on the Wii that came out in December of 2010. Definitely one of the best games for the Wii U. This is what they wanted to do. Just dynamic camera angles. Really weird things. But they couldn't. In any case, there's a lot of stuff going on. We got thrown off of our island. It's rolling here. There's this guy that I can bounce on. And it's the end of the first stage. I've been grinding the first stage already. I had a few new records, and then I just made mistakes here in the run. That's the life of a speedrunner, aren't I? So yeah, instead of staying on one island as you did in DKC Returns, we're going from island to island and going to DK Island all the way at the end. So I'm going to compare it to the Wii U version of the game because it's quite important. So normally in Returns you only had Diddy, but in this stage is where your friend Dixie Kong would actually come. And instead of a jetpack, she can actually twirl with her hair and let you stay in the air for a little bit. Which definitely allows you to get to places where Diddy Kong just can't help. But this stage has been going pretty right. First real swimming area of the game. And coming up is a jump that I'm going to try to make. Just because it's a marathon and... yeah, it's a marathon. But I'm going to use some sort of an exploit or a glitch. Because Funky Kong can do a double jump. There's this weird exploit that you can do. That I can't do right now. That's called the grab jump. I didn't do it correct. I'm supposed to actually jump straight into the barrel right there. But oh well. So a grab jump is where you jump, grab, and then double jump. And for whatever reason, it gives you a little bit more height. And for that reason, only with Funky Kong can you do jumps and other, like, pretty sick stuff that Funky Kong just cannot do. Funky Kong might have been called the, what do you call it, easy mode of the game? But for a speedrun, no, that's not true. That's not true at all. So this place here is pretty vertical, so if you fall all the way to the end. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. Every speedrunner ever. And this is where you get introduced to your favorite monkey, Cranky Kong. He might be cranky, but he is such a good character. He has a pogo, similar to DuckTales and Shovel Knight. Oh yeah, standing on spikes is something Funky can also only do. But what it does is, whenever you jump, you are not losing any health, or any momentum. And that is really, really valuable in speedruns. Therefore, after this run, since the donation incentive got met, I'm going to show a few stages. And one of those is with Funky Kong, and you can just see how insane his speed is. And obviously, this isn't the Donkey Kong game if we didn't have auto-scrollers. Coming up, one for Trunk Twister, and Trunk Twister is a minecart stage. I do agree that Donkey Kong definitely is a gorilla. I did say monkey because it's like an overarching thing, even though it's not. And even though this game wants to help me by blasting me inside of the cart, I can just jump in myself. It's a little bit faster. So, again, these are auto-scrollers, for the most part. Even though there are a few techniques to actually make me go faster, like always take down ramps, jump, just a little bit faster. The thing is, it only really matters in IL records. The individual level time attacks are really, really strong in this game. There are online leaderboards. Unfortunately, 1-1 is pretty much hacked. There's one guy who has a time 7 seconds lower than the other, well, everyone else. And I just watched it, and it's, yeah, pretty much a hack. In any case, I am collecting all of the letters, but just for funsies. It doesn't waste any time, and it's fun. And your run is not valid if you don't get Kong in the first auto-scroller. Still the only one who does it, so... Free world records? Hey, valid. There are also some puzzle pieces. Puzzle pieces don't do anything, so there are no real categories. There's a miscellaneous one, but there are no real categories where you have to collect all the puzzle pieces. Kong letters, however, if you collect all the Kong letters in a world, a secret bonus stage will appear. There are also secret levels. Well, I shouldn't call them secret levels, because the actual secret levels are things where you have to find an alternative portal for. Like that black dot like below me. That doesn't matter. This is an any percent run. I'm going all the way to the end as fast as possible. And first of all, here's the boss, Big Top Bob, or his actual name is Pompey. Pompey is pretty cool. And first technique here I'm going to do is called the God Caught, funny enough. I'm trying to jump on these fish as early as possible before they hit the ground. That makes Pompey actually jump up to the ramp a little bit sooner than normal. See if I can do it now. Oh, that's a little bit early. No, that was perfect. That was good. Again, did I really miss? I do have to mention that in the Switch version, this boss is really... I should actually show that too, yeah. That's another one I will show in the showcase after the run. But generally in the run, people would actually switch over to Cranky. And yeah, defeat him with Cranky, because for whatever reason, Cranky can just go up with his pogo stick And for whatever reason... I got hit there on purpose, by the way. Yeah, for whatever reason, his hitbox is so messed up, you can hit him earlier, and without jumping on top of his hat. It is really, really difficult, really, really precise, but it's so good. Every boss in the game has 9 hit points. 3 phases with 3 hit points each. So coming up is phase 3. The music is also really good. And here comes the second God. We're to stay up in the air. And yeah, stay in the air because I can air float and try to jump on his head. That didn't work correctly. Well, yeah, I'm supposed to like float down a little bit on his head and hit him. That didn't happen, but oh well, it's a marathon. And that's a big slap in the face. There goes Bumpy. You can do as much as like a 23 hit combo, but that's generally slow. So I unfortunately have to skip out on that. That's the first world. Barely sub 10. So I'm happy I didn't die yet. Speaking about dying, I don't want to do that at all. But this is where the run actually starts, 2-1. This is where you can actually fall in pits and it's just over. The theme, however, is a little bit Western Europe. There are windmills, so that makes me think about where I live, the Netherlands. But also there are mountains and hills here, and we don't know anything about that. The Netherlands is pretty flat in terms of countryside. Oh. Okay, that was a small save. Oh, this category is called NDA, or No Death Abuse. What a death abuse is if you self-defeat your character 8 times in a row, just like fall in a pit, the game basically lets you skip the stage. It might be too difficult for you. Also, really big fall, grab jump, and you survive it easily. Grab jumps are really good, they allow you to go so fast. And there are 8 stages in this game where dying 8 times in a row is actually faster. But yeah, where's the fun in that? I'm just doing every stage legit. I do believe that you have to do a lot of grinding. But even then, at the end of this run, I will have like 40, 50 extra lives without even trying to go for them. Okay, 2-2. If you know Donkey Kong for something, I mean, it's difficult platforming. This isn't difficult platforming, this is Rambi. I guess I spoiled it. This is your only friend in the game, Rambi. Your only animal friend, I should say. If you remember, like the good old trilogy, there is also, I forgot the elephant's name, but there is Squitters, and I forgot all of the friends' names, how dare I. And Garth. Yeah, Rambi is... I don't really want to use Rambi, because Rambi is slow. Every time I jump, he goes out of his running state, and to get back into a running state, it takes about like 0.3 seconds to restart his run, and that is slow. However, what he does do in this stage is going fast. Just look at this. Okay, I jumped a little bit too late. Okay, try this instead. Because if I jump off of these things, I get a lot of momentum. And you can just go distances. The first one isn't too important, but the second one is. Yeah, I'm taking the velocity from those swings and apply it to my own speeds. And pairing that with Cranky Kong, however, you really go places. Again, I'll show that later. Again, I'm jumping on that enemy just so I don't have to start another run, and that is a little bit faster. NDA does stand for no dying allowed. If I die once, it's over. Okay, 2-3, Horn Top Hop. This is the first stage out of 3 stages in the whole run, which are camera cycle based. Or global cycle based, I'm sorry. What it means is that the moment this run starts, all these leaves have their cycle and basically do things. Meaning that if I mess up earlier in the stage, all of the the cycles are kind of messed up and I have to react to it, and because of that I got into that cave, wasting more time. So I have to improvise right now. Fortunately that's easy, but there's a jump here. Oh, easy, easy. It's like the most scary jump. If those horns don't align, you just fall to your death. But it's generally pretty lenient. Getting hit there, that's not a problem. And there we go. Generally, if I mess up early in the stage, generally I don't... how do I explain this? Generally, if I mess up, everything on screen happens when you get close to it. Oh, that's not too much of a problem. But not in this stage. That's yeah, that's 2-3. And here's another auto-scroller stage. Sawmill Frill. This one is infinitely better than the first one. There is so much happening here. In terms of scenery. Not per se in terms of playing yourself. Seeing this? Oh, this is so good. It's raining. That's like the one thing. No, that's not true. You go inside of a sawmill. On a minecart. And again, I'm going for full Kong and get all of the puzzle pieces that I can, which I didn't do in the first stage. And that's the O. So while this is happening, we can probably give it over to our lovely host in the Nation Reader. If he has something to say about our charity, for example.
Absolutely. If you have just joined us, thank you guys for watching the United Kingdom Speedrunner Gathering. We are normally a 2-day speedrunning marathon held 4 times a year in Glasgow, Scotland, but due to the situation with COVID-19, we're bringing you 3 days of exciting speedruns from the comfort of our own home to yours. And all donations are going to the Crisis charity, supporting people out of homelessness for good. So it's a good cause, good runs, and generally 3 days of amazing, amazing fast runs.
Thank you. Alright, so I was just at a boat, currently in the machine, and now I'm back in my minecart. That is like the thrill that I was talking about earlier. You can also see in the top left that I have 3 hearts here. In DKC Returns and every other Donkey Kong game, you only have 1 attempt. If you die, that's actually not true. In DKC you have 2. Doesn't matter. You only had 1 hit in Returns. In Tropical Freeze for the Nintendo Wii U, you had 2 hits, and I need to concentrate here a little bit. Nice. And for whatever reason in Funky Mode, because this is deemed easy mode, you got 3 hearts. I have a story about it later. But just know that it is... you can call it easy mode, I think. Back in the Nintendo Wii U days, You would actually use Cranky Kong in every stage, just because he's so good. However, because this stage is pretty much aerial based and there are a lot of gaps you can fall, you would actually switch over to Dixie Kong because she can fly a little bit. You wouldn't ever use Diddy Kong for the exact reason that Diddy Kong is just less good as Dixie Kong. It's like a total upgrade. Yeah, I think you can tell why it's easy to die here, if you don't know. The thing with Cranky Kong is the moment you jump, you're committing to that jump, but there's nothing you can do to save yourself if you think, oh no, I'm gonna fall in a pit now. With Dixie Kong, you can just activate her hair or jetpack with Diddy. And with Funky Kong, well, he has a double jump, even though I'm using that out of necessity and speed, not per se because I want the backup. And the little helicopter move that I've been doing a few times, that I hopefully don't do because helicoptering is not fast. I didn't get full Kong here, but I wasn't going for it. That was a really fast 2-5. My favorite Windows font, this is relevant, is Wingding, and that's exactly the name of this stage. This is half of an auto-scroller. There's so much you can do to speed it up, as well as just being fast in this stage itself. So first of all, the start, so much you can do here. Lands just right enough so you can hit the bells. And then here on the vines, I do need to like spin next to all of the black vine or black bells that you see next to the side. And they're these gold bells and they just give you extras. There are a few rules to actually go a little bit faster, which is don't unnecessarily jump. And try to get on the start of every vine, because that gives you a little boost. I can't do it there because there's an enemy, and if I get hit by an enemy, I would actually fall to my death. I do, however, go for the O, just because I'm a collector. I didn't even get that life. But it is important that to hit the black bells, otherwise, yeah, you're not continuing. I just love swinging here. I am supposed to get a speed boost right about now. We didn't talk about that, okay? I thought I would have died there, but no. So many penguins here. And he's going to the top. I hope you weren't missing any bosses, but because the next boss is actually a really good boss as well. This boss, you can speed up so much and also mess up so much. So I'm gonna sit here, focused, and kick their ass. This guy's name is Cowl, he's an owl, and I have to throw his kids towards him. Yes, they are his kids because they come out of Skull. First that. Coming up are these Axe. All of them have a kid and I have to throw it against him. That's 2 and that is 3. Phase 2 coming up. This stage is a little bit more difficult, but not too awful. I do agree with the chat right there. Boss music is always really good. This game. So, That bird on the ground here is on a timer. He would have despawned if I waited a second longer. And I missed the last throw. Uh-oh. Missing the last, or the second phase, is not too bad, fortunately. Okay, I hope I'm lucky. I am not lucky. There's a chance that the first... I'm not lucky. Oops. Okay, so the first act there should normally drop a kit, but if not, it's always a third kit, the third act. Okay, I'm just gonna... What am I doing? Okay, that... Shameful display. Okay, coming up is the third stage, which is... It is pretty tricky. It's difficult. It's also not too difficult to actually throw 3 kits against him. However, if I do mess up here, then everything you see right now, until the fact that I can actually hit him, no, you don't want that. It'll cost you like 50 seconds if you mess up here. Doesn't matter. Okay, so 2 of these kits are coming up here right now. They're always the same place. So that's 1. You only get 2 kits, but you can jump on him later. Throwing kits down right now in Mega X. They were triplets. So this is number 2, and then that's number 3. That was good. With that, we cleared Autumn Heights as an island, and we're going to a pretty cool island as well, where a lot of fun ideas got happening. Going to the Bright Savannah, and I'm going to heighten the audio just a little bit, because the music here is really good, so please enjoy. Okay, not the loading music though. I was supposed to do it a little bit differently. I was supposedly racing against that zebra neck. But I have to wait 6 seconds for that to come back. I did mess up the start a little bit, but nothing too bad. I'm also missing 3 hearts already. This is the second of the global cycle stages. The moment the stage, well, loads. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ignoring the heart for speed. Make it! Cycle made! Woo! Yeah, again, whenever the stage loads, everything happens, everything moves. You just need to race against the clock. This whole stage, or not the stage, this whole world has a story. You can see how fun it is in 3-1, and the next stage is also pretty cool. There's a lot of fruit just going at you. But later, you can not see it just yet. But yeah, stuff is happening. And when we get there, I will talk about it. This is a really fun stage to just do individual time attacks for individual level time attacks. Again, this game has a built-in leaderboard. Fortunately, Returns doesn't have a built-in leaderboard. That's why I made one on speedrun.com. Which a lot of people are actually pouring their heart and soul in. Really fun to see that. What's the word I'm searching for? Dedication into it. I don't even wait for those FK barrels. FK stands for Funky Kong, obviously. Okay, people are using the klaxon outside. And this part is a little auto-scroller. So instead, if I collect everything of these collectibles, I can do a cool minigame, jump over the puzzle piece. My record is 5? Oh, 3. I actually got it. My record is 5. And I had to stop there because I had to go, you know, to the barrel because the platform was far away. And then free, Frantic Fields. You might notice that some stuff is actually happening here. There's storms everywhere, there are tornadoes. Not a fun stage to be in. There are Ramby blocks and Rambies even. I'm not picking up Ramby. I can ignore Ramby in the stage. And Ramby is pretty slow, so I'm just letting him being locked up in his boxes. Normally I would pick him up right there, not at the start, but like in the middle of the stage. Yeah, he doesn't make the stage go any faster. The only thing that Ramby is good for, there's a block here at the start that I can just jump over if I don't forget about it. Coming up is a bonus minigame barrel that I don't want to jump in. The last marathon that I did the stage, I actually jumped in, which is really easy to do. But generally, if you think about it, you can always evade it, and I didn't die there. Whoa. That was special. That was real special. Okay, and then here, the end of the story that we're talking about is coming right up. You might have seen it already. There's a forest fire here. And this stage sounds and looks insanely cool. I'm also going to use a lot of damage boosting in the stage. Because taking damage is faster than, you know, waiting for things to happen. And that is the exact opposite of my slogan of dying is slower than not dying, even if that is slow. That's something I'll use for another stage. Coming right up, there's just a lot of, you know, trees falling over, ropes that are on fire for whatever reason. Normally I get hit there. Now I get hit by this droplet. It's not too bad, because I had to wait here anyways. Sure. And that's the end of the stage already. These stages are insanely short. They are insanely sweet. For casual, yeah, these stages are a little bit longer, because you wouldn't... No. You wouldn't roll through the whole stage. Anyway, coming up is... First of all, it has the best music of the game. This is a remix of Sticker Boost Symphony, DKC 2. I'll be quiet now. And that instantly gets replaced by the shitty fluted version of the barrel theme. Also, rocket barrels. Rocket barrels are fun. You can get extra lives here. I already got 28, as you can see. And I didn't get that thing. But from here on out, it becomes really difficult. Gotta dodge a lot of stuff. Actually joking about this. I'm just holding B until the end of the stage. Not entirely true. I said the end of the stage. But this stage is the only stage in the game that has 2 secret exits. And the first secret exit that we're taking in the speedrun. So there are 3 exits here. But I'm taking the one that's in the middle of the stage. Because the other ones are all the way at the end. And the levels after that, they're generally the same length. This might not be the fastest next stage. But combine that with cutting this stage in half, it's all worth it. You do need Cranky Kong or Dixie Kong to actually get here. So if you had Diddy Kong or No Kong on Donkey Kong... oh well. Or Funky Kong, of course, because he's a one-man army. Coming up is Bramble Scramble 3B. That stage has a letter in the identifier. It also has something to do with DKC2. So I actually practiced this before this run. Learned a new. Oh, and then I do it wrong. Doesn't matter. Actually, practice the stage and then. Autopilot just kicked in. In any case, this stage is building itself, like, in front of your eyes. That hardly worked. Might look spooky, but it fortunately isn't. Oh, this might be problematic, because I only have 1 heart. Oh. Okay, I needed to wait there, otherwise I would have died here. Normally I take, 2 hearts of damage right there. It didn't have enough. Oh, that's also really important to say, but this is more so applicable to the next world. So I'll wait with that. First off is another boss that I practice, so you know what that means. If I practice it, it's not going well. Coming up is free boss Triple Trouble, or their actually names are Baboom. Baboom is, these 3 monkeys, and they all 3 have 3 hits of health. Hit him. Roll. Oh. Another also almost dead. Dead. Doesn't matter. Unfortunately, you can't kill all of them at the same time. The moment you kill one of them, they replenish their health and they're back at full. Just kill him as fast as possible. Same for... what happened to my run? I'm just focusing on the right guy. That's phase 2. So after being alone, cross out a lot of ghosts, and I'm following where they go, I want to go. Now they're just throwing spiky bombs, and later on a watermelon bomb. Can I do the basketball? Kobe! Perfect! Yeah, this boss, as you can say, I'm not talking too much about it. This boss is pretty boring from a speedrun perspective. Right now I just have to jump like once. Whee! And there goes Baboom! That makes me happy. That was the Bright Savannah. Now we're going to everyone's favorite world in the whole game. I'm really sarcastic. It's an underwater stage. So more experienced runners, as in the runners that actually ran the Wii U version, they would actually switch over to Donkey Kong. Because even though I said that Diddy Kong is pretty much pointless, is that the correct word? Probably. Diddy Kong is really helpful in the water. You jump over the DP. No, go down. Thank you. I'm spinning underwater. But the jetpack of Diddy is just so fast. And it's really worth it to switch over to him. And just use Donkey Kong and family for the whole world. Yeah. Another thing is that Funky Kong has infinite air underwater because he has a snorkel in his face. Donkey Kong needs to get a lot of these air bubbles to replenish his air meter. And another thing that's really important. In original mode, or playing with Donkey Kong, these DK barrels, they would actually spin every 1 second above water and 2 seconds underwater. For a lot, you want to replenish your health, but you also want to keep the Kong that you have at that moment. So you need to be on cycle. If you're off cycle, like, you do have to wait 2 seconds for the correct Kong to happen on some barrels. And then underwater, if you miss, you have to wait an additional 4 seconds, which is slow because you have to wait. Yeah, if you mess up underwater, it's double as painful as messing up on land. Funky Kong, however, you can just breeze through because it's Funky Kong and Funky Kong alone. Oh. Thought this was the other secret barrel from the previous world. This was probably the best hidden secret area of the game. So instead of going to 4-2, I'm going to 4A, Rockin' Relics. This stage is the trifecta. I know I keep talking about original mode, or the Wii U mode, but ever since the Switch came out, almost everyone has been playing on Switch and Funky mode, just because Funky mode is so much more interesting. But it does, actually, what I'm saying is not entirely true, because you would actually play as Donkey Kong in this part of the run. Yeah, this is the trifecta of Kongs. You start this with Dixie Kong, because you need her to get into the secret entrance. Then go into Diddy Kong for the underwater portions. Or portion. And then at the last thing, just switch over to Cranky Kong, because you need him to get into the secret area, because only Cranky Kong can pogo on these spiky urchins you can see here. And obviously Funky Kong, because he has a surfboard, he can stand on spikes. He is rad. Totally radical. Ooh. Since we got into another secret, we're doing a lot of secrets right now. Time for 4B, Shoal Atoll. This is a different kind of stage. This is more of a Metroidvania where I have to go around the stage, around the world, and trying to get keys. You open treasure chests and then just complete the circle. In the Wii U version, and only the Wii U version, and this is really important, there's an out of bounds in this stage. So instead of doing what I'm going to do right now, I would drop Diddy Kong outside, and then Diddy Kong can actually just swim over all the way to the last room, which is insanely cool as well. But obviously they patched it there, knowingly or unknowingly. And because we're just listening to some aquatic ambience in the background, I'm gonna give it over to our host, Mindes.
Sounds good. I just want to talk about one of the upcoming incentives that we've got. So, in a couple of runs' time, we have a Sonic block. We're going to be doing a few Sonic games. One of the incentives for that, for the Knuckles Chaotix run, is to pick the partner character who's going to be playing alongside Charmy B. Whether that is SBO, Knuckles, Mighty, or Vector, there is a bid war going on, and we've had an anonymous $5 donations towards Knuckles, which puts Knuckles in the lead. So if you want to see your favourite character getting chosen there, make sure to get your bids in for that. And the other big incentive for the Sonic block is the Mission Select glitch for Sonic 06, which is a gloriously broken game, and that glitch allows you to pretty much skip straight to the credits, so a little bit of a showcase after the run to show off that glitch. That needs $75, so please, again, get your donations in for that. It is super fun to watch. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff upcoming that really needs your donations.
Yes, definitely put your money towards both the donation incentives, but most importantly towards Crisis. So we've been around the stage, we've been here before, but now we got the purple key. And that shark wanted to eat us, but the moment we opened the thing, the shark was like, oh, whatever, and just went away. It's a pretty relaxing stage. It's a good break. All you need to do is swim around. Coming up is 4-5. This is the only stage in this world, except for the auto-scroller that we skipped, that's where we're like fully above water. We're not swimming here. And the start is pretty fun. Oh, I missed. I'm supposed to hit the penguin with that. But also close enough to the wall that I don't have to wait. Platforming in this stage is really good. Except that I have to wait there, which is awful, but oh well. You can't win it all. However, there's a thing in this stage that the community called the Strong Dong. And the Strong Dong is it's a physics exploit. Also a real world physics exploit. You know when you move something on a stick? Like, these barrels are on a stick, basically. Oh, I didn't get it. The idea is that if you got something on a stick and you turn it and then you stop turning at some point, because that's what you do. And then instead of like immediately stopping, it would overswing a little bit. I can actually show it with my hands. Okay, cool. Like you would like go, and then the stick goes back a little bit. That's how physics work, and you can actually use that and go into the barrel that shoots to the top. Fortunately, I only had to wait like one cycle. And then at the end, instead of going through all those crates, I just went around it. That's a little bit faster. Yeah, the tricks in this game are really, really funny. In terms of names, there's a God Caught, the Strong Dong. Coming up is the Banana Slammer. Is that all? Oh, the Snow Cedo, the Docido, even though they're not too weird, but whatever. Snow Cedo is weird. Oh, and the most epic name, the Inca Dinka. A friend of mine who also runs this game, I won't say his name, but he hates the names. Oh well. Can't win it all. Another thing is you can see that I have 5 hearts in the top left. Meaning that I can get hit 4 times before I die on the 5th hit. Donkey Kong has it a little bit different, especially if I keep bumping into walls. So, Donkey Kong's story is he has 2 hearts himself. I didn't want to get hit there. Yeah, he has 2 hearts for himself and 2 hearts from his power-up. Meaning that if they get hit, they... Yeah, instead of having 3 extra hearts, because he has 4 hearts, he has 1 extra hit. Before the next hit will take away his power-up. So going from 1 to 4 is like extreme easy mode. Fortunately there's a barrel right there. If I cannot get hit here. I can get hit here just to damage boost for here once. Doesn't really matter for Funky if it takes a little bit of extra time. But that's a remnant of old routing. On original mode he has 3 hearts and the power-ups also has 3 hearts, so you have 2 hits before your Cranky Kong or your Dixie Kong would actually go away. And coming up is the boss, Fugu Face-Off. His name is actually Fugu, believe it or not. Okay, Fugu is a really fast boss. With Cranky Kong, you can defeat him in 40 seconds. With Funky Kong, it's more like 50 seconds. I would switch over to him just for this boss, because switching also takes a lot of time. But yeah, his butt is exposed like all the time, meaning that I can actually hit him. If I just like stand behind him like a creeper. He goes to the left side, so that's where I'm standing. My goal here is to be hit by Fugu himself, because he can always just straight up push me into the spikes. If I get hit by the spikes, it would actually... Ooh, this is spooky. Yeah, if I get hit by the spikes, I could basically go anywhere. And it's a little bit more risky. But if Fugu hit... Yeah, if I have 1 health, Fugu will always give me a heart, like 99% of the time. It is possible for him to not do that. And this was a perfect Fugu fight. If you were asking me at least. 4 worlds in and I haven't died yet. Guess what's gonna happen in this world? Okay, so coming into a new world, every load is like longer than all the upcoming loads. And this load is the longest load of the game, so I would say get yourself a cup of tea. But it's not that long. This whole world also is telling a story. Just look at what's happening in the stage. You would know exactly what. Me going into that ramp, for example. Yeah, they're harvesting fruit, if you hadn't guessed yet. A lot of skips here as well. Just bounce on that. Those spiky fruits. Also don't need to hang on that weird thing at all. Can just jump over. The trusting trolley is not a, Wii U only meme, unfortunately. I miss the trusting trolley. And for being one of the longest stages in the game, it's not one of the most difficult, fortunately. It is if you're just starting out, because you take a lot of damage here. And do the ending correctly. Oh, yeah, it's also really important to know that banana medals, you occasionally catch those. They, you know, they're not important for this run. They are really important for DKCR, but they're not important for, yeah, for this run. Just because Funky as well as Cranky Kong was just dead overpowered. And you don't need them to open secret stages. In any case, this is a... what do you call it? This is another Rocket Barrel stage. Auto-scrollers aren't too eventful, and I do see that we have some donations, so I'm gonna hand it over to our donation reader.
Absolutely, we've got a $30 donation from Anonymous Donor. That is partially going towards the Sonic 06 Mission Select Glitch, and partially going towards not killing the seagulls in Metal Gear Solid 2. And I just want to really quickly remind everyone of why we're doing this. We are raising money to support Crisis, a charity supporting people out of homelessness for good. They achieve this through education, training and support with housing, employment and health. 100% of your donations will be going towards supporting Crisis. Here's more about what they do in their own words. Working with others, we're producing a plan to end homelessness once and for all.
Thank you, thank you. See a comment in chat saying, just focus on the run. I am. I haven't been hit yet, at all. I can do this one-handed, you know. All I need is one B button, and I'm just collecting a lot of stuff. I'm not collecting the Kong letters, which is unfortunate. So we're coming up at the end of this factory. You can see that a lot of the fruit is getting, what's the word I'm searching for? Getting processed. Getting it for life. And oh, the penguin is back in his mech suit. What is this? Xenoblade X? And just because I know a lot of people like penguins, I'm not going to wait at the end. Because something will happen with him now that he got auto-ejected. So, I call for censorship, and we're just going fast straight to the next stage. 5-3. Fruity Factory. Solve for Rubik's Cube. Here, solved. I can do one-handed Rubik's Cubes, I'm sorry. Fruity Factory isn't too interesting of a stage. A lot of platforming, a lot of speedy platforms, and a lot of tricky jumps as well. That is something I can be happy about. I'm a really good seller of DKC. Okay, I swear, all the other stages in this world are at least twice as eventful as this stage. Even though there's a... I mean, there's a drill here. Imagine having a drill and not being eventful. Not getting the O. Penguin is okay, of course. I'm trying to be on a lot of... okay, just get hit. A lot of these threat mills that actually go with you instead of go against you. The last. Ooh, I didn't even have to show a nice little secret, the DKS latch. Or the Crunch latch, I forgot. Okay, so this is the biggest troll in video gaming. Look at that! Oh! Just before I got into it, the ending barrel just went up a little bit. The speedrun community actually tried a lot to get in there. Like, delaying the camera. Nothing worked. I can get into it a little bit earlier. The moment you hear it, they hear the sound, you can get in immediately. Okay, coming up is a pretty do I say interesting? Difficult stage. 5-4 panicky paddles. On the original version, if you're playing with DK, you need to carry your partner Dixie Kong all the way to the end of the stage. The problem is that there's only one DK barrel, and this stage is long and difficult. Even I die here with 5 hearts. This is the only barrel right there. Keys that I don't have to be afraid of, fortunately. If you would actually miss it, you would have to do the shit. What do you call those things? The jelly level of shame. I think that's what it's called. Doesn't matter. Obviously not by the game developers called like that, but oh well. Oh, hello. That is interesting that happened. I could be a smart kid or a not so smart kid. Smart it is. First death of the run. And I did it myself. I'm going against a category because you abused a death for some lives. Is the run over? Fortunately, death abuse doesn't mean that you can't actually refill your health like this. For people that came in later than the start, death abuse is destroying your own character 8 times in a row, so that the game allowed you to skip that stage. Because surely it's too difficult for you if you fail it 8 times in a row. Yeah, the reason you need to have Dixie Kong is to get down here, because there's a vortex. Oh, I'm an hour in. Do we have time for a reset? No. Okay, because we got that, instead of the Jellies of Shame, we got Jam and Jams. And Jam and Jams is another global cycle stage. But it got kickin' music, and it's my favorite stage of the entire game, because movement is so good. A lot of stages where I die because of my own mistakes. There, much better. So, because when you die, everything gets a little messed up. All the cycles are different. So I have to get used to that. I mean, for the entire stage are different. So normally I would not get hit there at all, but now I got hit there. And falling down this giant pit as well. You hit there, I'm getting destroyed. 1, 2. And I'm just going through here as fast as I know. I'm going to be real careful, try not die again. Counter's at 2 already. I'm happy that only happened so late. Okay. Instead of going through all those barrels, we can just jump off that bird. We don't have to be too slow. We're coming up to Frosty Fruits. That is a stage that kind of concludes all of the processing and does the manufacturing of those fruits. What can you make of fruits? Other than a fruit bowl. But you don't process fruit for that. If you play Ring Fit Adventure, you know that you can make your own juices in here. No, they're actually making popsicles here. Again, with a spoiler. You can just go really fast. Ah, there are the popsicles. Here, there's a lot of speed boosting you can do in this stage. Be automatic and then get a push here, but if I be nice, yeah, this is where all the speed goes to use. Not getting hit by those spikes, nice. It might be a somewhat difficult stage and annoying because there's ice everywhere. And then the story concludes with the cutscene of the boss that I'm not going to show you. And I'm going to tell you what the boss does. The boss is just sitting on an ice, like a sheet of ice floating in a juice. Like a juice factory filled with piranhas. Okay. He's just minding his own business, eating a popsicle, as you can see right there. But for whatever reason, Funky Kong comes here, and he lets it drop into this into this water, this lake. And unfortunately, he drops it. So yes, we are the bad guys here. He is our enemy because we did it. Sorry, Bashmaster. He has the best name of the entire game, Bashmaster, the Unbreakable. The background music is also really good. Getting hit there on purpose, of course. But the entire stage here is also ice, but it's not too bad actually. And I'm going to ruin something for you. Look at the background. It's moving. As in, we are moving around, and a background like this would not be the same in half a minute. Yeah, here's Bassmaster. He does have a giant hammer. This is also the longest boss fight, just because how slow he is. Assuming you know how to do the final boss battle correctly. But yeah, that also results in a lot of people not actually liking his boss fights. I can understand, but also don't, because Bassmaster, the background music just makes me happy. Like, for real. Because it's Funky Kong, I can just bounce on his hammer. Don't bounce on hammers, kids. I almost got all my hearts back. Okay, I have to be on my guard, because he will drop ice cubes again, and the first one will have... Oh. The first one got the watermelon bomb. Go to the left, and he really wants to throw some ice bullets towards me. That's a really good comment from chat. Yes. The farther you get into the fight, the more purple his fur is becoming because he... yeah, because he's been falling into the juice so much. And that's Bassmaster. Say goodbye. Poor Bassmaster. Poor Bassmaster. Well, doesn't matter. This was 5 boss. Now with that we're going back to World 6. I say back, because this is the world where we live in. Donkey Kong Island. However, it's a little bit snowier because of the snowmat invasion. And if you know DKC Returns, every world there is like a theme. This one is the forest. It's a forest or jungle? No, it's a jungle. And the thing is that every stage in this world, there are 8 stages, represents a world from DKC Returns. Not too apparent here. Oh yeah, this is a stage strat that I made. I can immediately just jump from that. Yeah, for example, World 4, the cave world. Where do I respawn? Start? Not even. Okay. Okay, it's not too bad at death. Yeah, the cave world is all auto-scrollers. Spoiler, there's an auto-scroller right here as well. Okay, I'm gonna take it safer because I already died. You have to wait there. Very easy to like just mash the jump button. You get shut out into nothingness. Talking about nothingness. Whee! That's Homecoming Hijinks. The next world is the beach. So, Seashore War, I think the next stage is called. Oh, these animations are pretty slow. It's so cold here, the DK can't even stand here. It's just shot out of barrels. Yeah, Seashore War. This is the beach. You might know that the beach has a lot of water. So, you can actually not swim in this water because it's too cold. You actually get damaged by it. However, there's an exploit that I'm going to use in a little bit. That has to do with that. So whenever you fall into water, you actually fly towards the nearest, the nearest piece of land. Well, if it's a little bit like past the middle, in between where you are and the next piece of land, you will actually fall towards that, the farther part. So, if I don't miss at least. I've been... Yeah, I got hit there, but that's not too bad. If I actually missed one of those owls at the third or the fourth one, I would have fallen in the water and would actually just jumped all the way into, yeah, getting farther into the stage. And the next world are the ruins, where a lot of things break because it's all old stuff. And I mean, that hasn't changed. This is a pretty good stage to do time trials for as well. There's a lot of cool platforming, but nothing too out of the ordinary. The whole thing about speedrunning this game is knowing the stages and knowing when to jump, for example. I didn't roll there, that's unfortunate. Not like that. I think it died here, so it doesn't even matter too much. Again, the Donkey Kong Country series is notorious for being difficult, so I'm using that as an excuse for dying every now and then. It's not a good excuse, but it is an excuse. I am skipping a lot of the stage here. And yeah, the last part is probably my favorite, with just the movement, and instead of going to that one barrel and then going up and climb all the way up until you can get into the last one, no, you can immediately just get into where you need to be. Okay, it doesn't matter. Coming up, 6-4. I already was talking about this, Blurry Flurry. This is another, yeah, another auto-scroller. And I have a story to tell about this. So this game has been in a GDQ by then world record holder Michael Goldfish. And the thing with that, is that his commentators were talking about how he had two hearts. See, what I'm going to do is no, okay, fine, don't. I'm going for Alcon at least. They were talking about how in DKC Returns you only have one heart, and he was like, "One heart? YOLO!" He immediately got hit at the start of the stage and had to do this whole stage with only one heart. Because there are no recovery hearts right here. So he's definitely beasting it out there. I should have done that as well, but a little bit too late. I think they also did it at a relay, they did it at a later point. But yeah, shoutouts to Michael Goldfish. And obviously DKS and the whole crew, Mumu Akai. Not So Newbie, NKB. Oh, can't forget the O. Yeah, I do have to say that this stage is pretty difficult if you don't know the layout of the stage. By now, I have most of it memorized. Most of it? Yeah, most of it. Not precisely. There's the N. The G. I can't miss the G at all. Yes, the bat that you saw earlier, that is the bat from Donkey Kong Country Returns that you have to flee from that fires Sonic or Screeches. Lasers? I think they were lasers. Yeah, the G is right here. There's a lot of subtle references and not so subtle references back to Donkey Kong Country Returns. Not much in this part. I mean, I don't remember seeing castles here. But I guess the Snowmaps made them. So I'm currently in Snowball, and I have to jump myself. I don't know how that works, sure. The game actually thinks I'm in a minecart, but it looks a little bit different. And then coming up is the next stage. Forest Folly, and Forest Folly is probably one of the most difficult things in the world, in this game. Why? I will show you in the world record IL videos after this run. But there's a lot of boosting going on here, and they are uncontrollable. I'll show you my take on this stage, and then continue after. Because this is difficult. So I'm just going to take it easy right here. Actually, wait here. Go. You really want to see those time trials later on. Yeah, this is the only boost I'm going to try. And that's what you get. Can I do another one? No, estimate is a little bit too high for my taste. Okay, you know what? Let's go. Let's go. Do it again. That's it. That's it. Okay, picture that, but even more extreme. Okay, but now I have a lot of damage. So I need to get to... Here. So I am getting at least one more point of damage. Okay, 2, 3. Never mind. Okay, never mind. I got damage. I got iframes. Yeah, this stage, really interesting if you know how to do this. Okay, coming up is 6-6, Cliffside Slide. Thinking back about returns, there's like one thing that a lot of people loved, and it was the art style. I'm gonna show it to you, the monochrome thing. Also, the background music is the same as in 6-1, and it's really, really good. This stage is really fun to platform in as well. Oh, I didn't kill the one penguin. It's probably good. The guy with his horn. I did something wrong. I thought I was at a different point in the stage. And that made me hold back a little bit. What's supposed to happen is that. Just go as fast as possible and then... Whee! And white is not the only color, of course. There are a few other stages. One is green, the other is blue. Yeah, it definitely fits in with all the scenery. And I know it's not like monochrome. It's definitely nice looking. And I'm holding right, so I'm just gonna fall to my doom, but instead I'm going into the barrel, and then by timing it just right, I can go immediately to the end of the stage. Normally I'm supposed to like climb all around and get into the barrel at the top. And that is 6-6. 2 more stages. This was the... Not the ruins? The canyon. With a lot of dinosaurs and stuff. So, DKC staple, the factory. And this stage is pretty annoying as well. There's a lot of damage boosting in here. And it's very easy to get damage at all. I'm not allowed to say the names of those enemies. See, I don't know what their actual name is. We call them something else in the community. Take it a little bit easy. Try to not die because it's way too easy. There's a lot of electricity, and if you don't look out like that, it's pretty easy to get zapped. Oh. Okay, fine. I should have died there, and then I didn't. That started out really fine. Yeah, that's it. So coming up is a damage boost just because electricity blows. And another damage boost right here. Normally you have to wait a little bit. Fortunately, electricity doesn't do anything to our trajectory. And the next stage is coming up. This is a forced Ramby stage. And also a lot of waiting. I have to wait for the stage to just like build itself. And then react to it. One, two, three! Quick! Okay, Ramby is necessary to get through here. And because it's the second last level, or this is actually the last level, and then coming after this is the final boss. I do see that we have some donations in. So, yes, to call back an old friend.
Yeah, we got a couple of very quick donations. We have a $10 donation from Blair T. No comment. And we have a $5 donation from Synthesia. Here's a little something for people who need something.
Thanks for your donations, friends. Much appreciated. Mashing, and then have to wait for every bell right here. Trying to get a run going, but it's not working. Yeah, waiting there on purpose. Just so I can get the boost up there. Otherwise I have to go into that barrel, and I think it's slower, but I'm not entirely sure. Again, this is not a speedrunner stage. I don't like it. There's some pretty cool jumps that you can make. And then to top it off, I have to wait here until those rocks are gone. It's definitely getting hot. Forgot the expression, but yeah, it literally became hot behind you. And then, bye Ramby! So sorry for everyone who doesn't like it. Cropped up aggression. You know how it is. Okay. The final boss. Say hello to Lord Frederick. The Snowmat King. Why is he a lord and a king at the same time? I don't know. Is he a lord? I don't know. Coming up, Frederick falls into the background and summons some. What do you call these? Giant snow balls, ice balls, with penguins in them that I have to throw against him because this is definitely something you've done before. It's actually not. Now I have to be really cautious because he goes around 3 times and I need to hit him 3 times. If I miss him once, his whole phase restarts. I didn't want to say the start is easy because I've been missing that. But yeah, I've hit him, we're now into phase 2. Now he makes it a little bit more difficult by making it all ice physics-y. Oh, I haven't even mentioned something. Even though there's like ice everywhere in the last few stages, being on ice platforms isn't bad at all. Out of all the games, the ice physics here are pretty good. At least jumping is really good. So it's not like, yeah, ice physics are too bad, even for a casual perspective. Okay, so first one is easy, and I hit him actually, but now he speeds up. And I missed. So this means, because he actually went faster. Oops. Fortunately, health is not a major concern for me here, but getting hit is silly. But now we have to do this all over again. That is the problem. And I'll have to, like... Again, this is a Dutch expression I'm thinking of. I have to prepare myself. Because in the last phase, the thing that I just missed, that is the speed that he will be doing the entire last phase in. Also, he is so, yeah. Imagine that the shockwaves from him jumping even reach things that aren't attached to the floor. Oh, that was everything. Okay, phase 3. This is pissing your pants. That's what we call the attack. And I don't like the floor. Go away, floor. Okay. It's more ice balls. I actually destroyed the one I needed. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, snow bunnies, let's go. Okay, he goes fast. Get ready on time. Never mind. Only one. Okay, that was unfortunate. So, pissing your pants again. Okay, the floor left. So instead of immediately going back, he is just firing some ice dragons right here. He's really nice for speedrunners. And now he goes around like 3 times again. Why am I this bad today? So now he goes back, makes sure that everything is icy again, and we can, yeah, we can finish him off. I see that on the stream that the time is 1:32 already. My PB is a 1:31, as in 1.5 hours and a second. There's a barrier I can't get past. Okay, now for realsies. Time is coming up. Hopefully in the first one. Yeah, and time. And that is DKC Tropical Freeze, Funky Mode, any percent, no death abuse. That is a lot of words. And you can see that Donkey Kong is just like, huh? What happened? It's like they did everything. Yeah, they were too lazy to actually make a new cutscene here with Funky Kong. Which is totally unfortunate. But I just like to imagine that they did nothing. Funky Kong did everything and then, oh, hey, look what happened. But hey, I'm not done yet for today. A lot of people donated graciously to look at some ILs, and I need to restart my own account. When should I show? Yeah, I have pre-prepared for you, at least. Actually, the whole game starts with it being DK's birthday. And that was actually this week. Okay, so the first stage is... Where am I gonna get dropped off? First world, probably. Yeah, first world. I want to go to one boss. I was talking about how he got broken. So, first of all, so the leaderboard, I got a... I'm pretty first. I got a 154, but DKS got a 124. Oh, I even got it with Cranky Kong. It just shows how much this technique... Yeah, you know what? Let's just watch. I'll probably commentate a little bit over it. Fortunately, you can watch other people's playthroughs and improve yourself, but I don't think I'll be as good as this guy. Again, this is DKS, the world record holder of this game. He grinded out a lot of stages. You can just immediately, just before he falls off, immediately do that. Oh, this is another version of the God Cards. But your pogo attacks have to be this precise in the exact same precise spot and done at the exact precise timing. That's the first stage. I don't think the second stage is too more exciting. No, actually it is a little bit. Just waiting for the exact first frame where you can actually hit Pompey. Do you actually get hit? Yeah, he gets hit just because you can actually phase through Pompey. And you can't do that with all of the hits, only the first, third, fourth, sixth, seventh, and ninth? I think so. Waiting. And here comes God Card number 2. This one is even more special. Oh, and the 8th, I guess. Just to get all those enemies out of the way as soon as possible. That was a 124-29. Oh. Yeah, that doesn't waste any time getting 22-ish hits. I think you can see the hits in replay mode. Okay, that was the first stage that I wanted to show. This is Pompey. Coming up is Free, Bright Savannah. I was talking about how Cranky was like really god tier. So first of all, I am 37th. I got a 123. Then 7th place is Spike Vegeta with a 120. And then all of a sudden there's a 10-second gap. NKB, I don't know who these people are. Goldfish, I don't know who this is. And DKS on number 1. And we're gonna watch DKS because he's even 5 seconds faster than the 2nd place Gareth. I don't think Spike Vegeta is doing... yeah, he's probably not doing those fast. Actually, I could see it on the leaderboards. They're already clicked away. Doesn't matter. That wasn't fast. He was killing some time because he needed to wait for that CK barrel to be on CK. And this is the speed that I was talking about. And all those pogos? Looks easy, but there are like 3 different pogos. There's a short pogo, there's a full pogo, which is higher, and there's an in-between pogo. So not only do you have to like react, you also have to think of, okay, what pogo do I want to use now? And tap or hold. And because, yeah, because of those hurricanes, they can actually poop you out as fast as possible, and that pogo will not lose any speed. That's basically the end of it, but just for fashion. That was a 102.56. I mean, yo, I did it. No, I can't say that. No, he's also doing cranky straps. Don't want to watch it right now. Sorry, Spiky. The last stage that I want to look at is Donkey Kong Island. Going to 6-5 Forced Volley. You can see I have a 120, 19. And then 7th place is, 57 seconds. Chris Goldfish, Michael Goldfish again. Beater is also really good. Cruncha, he's also a god in this game. And then DKS, friends rank. OGGST, nice. Okay, whatever. Loading DKS. This is almost the same as the previous one. The start, he's gonna go really slow, and then he goes zoomy all the way to the end. Cranky yelling at DK for not being fast. I agree. But, well, this is not slow or fast. This is pretty normal. And then, instead of going forwards, he stops there. This is the hardest one. This is the first boost, because they weren't really creative. He's here already. He even goes back to get another boost. Just carrying all that momentum by bouncing off of enemies. Hey, remember the thing I did? Yeah, he can do it in one jump. There's so much speed. That was the second boost that actually has a name, the Snow Cedo. And then this is the third boost that has the name the Inca Dinka. This is the hardest one. The first boost is the only one without a name. Yes. And believe it or not, some people can do it not on this level, but definitely like 1 minute, 1 minute 5 level in an RTA stage. That was really, really something. And I think that is going to be it. Yeah. Previous run already had to be started. So I'm not gonna waste too much more time. I want to thank everyone for watching. UKSG as well as DKC Tropical Freeze. My name is Riekelt. If you'd like to get into this game, there's a Discord link on our speedrun.com page. And it's a really fun run. But yeah, back to UKSG.